Yeah, built a big fire in the living room this morning. Shame we don't have a fireplace, but
So hey, what's up? What's happening? What's going on?
what just happened
What are you
there?
talking about?
Okay, your feed just went really funky. Like, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, well,
Can you
you
not see
just
me?
got all. Yeah, I can now, but you got all frame jerky, stop motion,
Oh,
kind of
weird. Okay. Yeah.
went
Well,
off for a minute.
everything is 5x5 over here, so you know, what
Nah,
you can do.
you still,
What you can do.
yeah, it's still breaking up. I don't know if it's me or it's you.
Is anyone else seeing me break up, or is it just Greg's problem?
It totally could be my problem. I don't know. I'm sure someone will let us know.
Indeed.
If you can hear us, raise your hand. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hashtag Coffee on the So Local Live Network, where we had a hell of a night last night. Last time I looked, we had almost 800 views on our little live stream of the debate, which we were not really sure we were even going to do, but we did, and it was awesome. I would like to tell you that it was fun. We had some fun, but I was exhausted when we got done. I was absolutely exhausted when we finished up last night. So
yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of me going like this.
Yeah,
and trying desperately not to yell so I wouldn't make Greg mad.
I saved all my shoutiness for the end of the debate. So that was the thing. Except the one time I think when he went after Joe Biden while Joe was talking about his dead son.
Yeah,
I think I might have said this motherfucker on the air.
I think you did. I think that's entirely appropriate and proves everything I was saying about wanting to yell at Trump while he was talking. Anyway, although I mean you picked a much more valid point.
Well, we have a bit of a philosophical disagreement about that. I think we need to actually hear what he says, so that nobody can say to us, "Oh, he didn't really say that." I want to understand implicitly.
They could go watch it anywhere else. I don't give a fuck what people think. Right? Like that, like this is not a journalistic outfit. This is where, like, and I explicitly said, if you want to come watch the debate where I yell bullshit when appropriate, join us here. If you want to watch the debate and listen to what the lying piece of shit says in real time, then the internet is very large. You can go there. That's sort of my take on it. But I did try to ham it down just a little bit. Obviously not right now because I'm ranting like a motherfucker. But
well, this is the time for that. Now this is what we do, right? Right. Okay. That's what I mean. I don't mean we shouldn't say those things. I just mean, hear the complete sentence and then call bullshit, like that.
Nah. Yeah, so we do have a philosophical difference. Anyways, right. So I'm grateful for the fact that Greg and I can have very few philosophical differences, frankly. And when it is, it's fine. We'll figure it out. That's my gratitude this morning. Everybody's like getting right into it, and I totally get with that because that makes sense. I almost played a Van Jones video because I'm actually really grateful that Van Jones is a thing that is real. So I'll play that in a second. Corey said he's grateful for cool weather, coffee, and hoping suburban moms will be our election saviors. They very well could be. I mean,
any woman who's ever lived with a drunk, abusive man recognized what she saw last night.
When Nicole Wallace
that grew up in an abusive alcoholic household recognizes what they saw last night.
Right. Yeah. Nicole Wallace instantaneously when we, first clued in to them, talking about the fact that the figuring out how to deal with kids or whatever, like her level of indignation and her certainty with all the number of campaigns that she's been in, around how
and the Bush White House
suburban moms are gonna potentially be affected by this. I took a lot of kind of hope from that. So here's hoping.
Yeah, she said there's always options. Throw the iPod out the window or the iPad out the window.
Exactly. Like, does she give mom lessons? So Sue said, "Great, we'll have friends to chat with during that shit show." Yeah, I mean, Greg and I have talked about this off air a bunch of times. We're really glad we got to host that for everybody, because I definitely wouldn't have wanted to do that without you guys around. So Rob said he's grateful that somebody told Trump to shut up to his face, and
he called him a clown.
Yeah,
called him a racist. Joe went there last night.
He wasn't fucking around at all. Just
Yeah.
want to show you guys this little ditty. Will you shut up, man?
You can also get one from the Lincoln Project that has the sunglasses and doesn't have Trump's face on it. But honestly, if I'm buying a T-shirt, it's from the Biden campaign, because they deserve our money today.
Agreed. Gene said, "Grateful to fire up my computer to find you guys here today." That's super freaking nice. The soup jokes in the chat. Yeah, the soup jokes were really on point. Kathy Brittman, grateful for many Biden supporters in my life. 2, the weather. 3, canned soup. You rebel.
But it's just food for her family.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's food for her family. That's exactly how that goes.
Yep, Maria Richardson. I heard it's your fault that I abuse you. Yeah. And by the way, I want to go up to Corey Elko's comment up before where he said he thinks that Trump was just confused about which son he was talking about. Nope. No. He was being that loathsome, spiteful shithead asshole. He knew what he was doing. He did not mistake who he was talking about. He knew that Joe was getting some air, and he decided to say the most despicable possible thing to fill that gap. And while we're on that moment, when Joe Biden talked about his son Hunter having, beat his drug problem and made improvements and changed his life, I said, thank you. I'm a recovering drug addict with a major in cocaine and a minor in alcohol. That was my drug of choice, and I got clean. And having my dad recognize that and value and honor that was one of the most important things in my life. And I had a good moment, which I said thank you to Joe to my television screen last night, which was kind of weird, but yeah.
I think it was good. I think it was entirely appropriate. For show.
Yep.
Whew.
Yeah. So I know, like, I'm seeing a lot of the middle of the road, both sides kind of analysis of what happened last night. Joe wasn't that great either. Yeah. Okay. He had to
hold on. Can I stop you for a second?
You can,
because Finley did exactly the same thing. He's like,
I saw it.
Blah, blah, blah. He messaged me that, and I was like, "You're completely and totally wrong." And I sent him this.
Number 2, only 3 things happened for me tonight. Number 1, Donald Trump refused to condemn white supremacy. Number 2, the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. Number 3, the Commander-in-Chief refused to condemn white supremacy on the global stage in front of my children, in front of everybody's families, and he was given the opportunity multiple times to condemn white supremacy, and he gave a wink and a nod to a racist, Nazi, murderous organization that is now celebrating online, that is now saying we have a go-ahead. Look at what look at what the Proud Boys are doing right now online because the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. That's the only thing that happened tonight.
Hey, you want to try and do some both sides stuff? Watch this again.
2, only 3 things happened for me tonight. Number 1, Donald Trump refused to condemn white supremacy. Number 2, the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. Number 3, the Commander-in-Chief refused to condemn white supremacy on the global stage in front of my children, in front of everybody's families, and he was given the opportunity multiple times to condemn white supremacy, and he gave a wink and a nod to a racist, Nazi, murderous organization that is now celebrating online, that is now saying we have a go-ahead. Look at what look at what the Proud Boys are doing right now online because the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. That's the only thing that happened tonight.
That's enough of that. I mean, compared to that, Biden is fucking perfect. Period. You want to have a discussion about him not being perfect in the debate, have it very, very, very far away from me. It's fucking ridiculous. In my clearly humble opinion.
Yeah, I didn't want to finish my thought. It's cool.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I got.
He had to
could we find stuff? Of course we could. Yeah.
Drunk with power shithead behind him yelling the whole time. Yeah. And you know, and getting listen, I'm a professional talker. I talk good. And I can't imagine having to wade through that. First of all, not turn around and throat punch that motherfucker and still, you know, put together coherent and meaningful sentences in a debate format before a national audience.
Right.
Joe Biden had a tough hill to climb last night. And it was obvious to me that Trump's entire game plan was to jab at Joe Biden until he cracked or did something stupid. And Joe never did.
Right.
Joe never did. You know, he may have stumbled over a few things and gotten a little, you know, a few numbers wrong, but he didn't lose his temper. And I think that's what the Trump strategy was to make Joe Biden lose his temper.
Well, and like him losing his temper was like, shut up, man, which is going to be all over the news today. Accurately. Calling him a clown, which is going to be all over the news today because it's accurate, right? Like, obviously he's a clown, right? And calling him a racist because wouldn't fucking say anything about white. Like, so, yeah, I mean, to me, the more I thought about it last night, because again, like, especially in the beginning, because like our apprehension level is really high. I think mine certainly is. So I want to make sure he's amazing. And again, the bar is always like, is Biden being as cool as Beto or Obama, you know, when it comes to oratory? Of course not. Of course not. Right. He's just not. He's never going to be that guy. But like the constant, like, hey, listen, folks, right? Going straight to camera. Perfect. Because that, like, you know, that was cash money. Whenever he looked at the camera, right, ignored what was going behind him and sighed a little bit and, you know, gave us the story that was all he could do with what he was given last night. Yep. One of the tweets that Joe Biden's team put out last night was point out one thing that Trump said during that entire debate that's going to help you. That made your life better. What did you hear from the president that made your life better? Right. And honestly, looking at it from where I sit, which is, you know, pretty liberal, unless you're a white supremacist or an abusive shithead, I can't imagine what you saw that made your life better. That would be the only people reinforced by the president's performance last night. I think this is Casey Marion. She's totally right. And Greg and I caught this in real time. Trump went off when Biden insulted him for not being smart. Ride that pony, Joe. Yes. Right. He wanted to bring up like the Delaware thing, which isn't even like the you know, Daniel Dale. And thank you for getting all of his tweets, by the way. Those were extremely timely. Turns out that right-wing talking point is garbage. Everyone's super shocked by that, I know. But then you want to attack his education, like hit him there. That's clearly a gaping, pus-filled open wound on Trump. You're like, dude, you're not a fucking stable genius. You're a moron without a plan. And even going back to that well all the time, you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan. You don't have a plan. Everyone fucking knows that. He doesn't have a plan. Yeah. Now, granted, like, hey, is your healthcare plan coming in 2 weeks? Is it coming in 2 weeks now? How about now? Right? Like there's digs. If the PodSave team was working for him, you know, Biden would have had 10 like awesome zingers lined up. Yeah, like John a couple that were all right, but
John Lovett would have been all over that.
Dude, exactly. Anyway, so yes, you know, there's always going to be ways for Biden to improve, but compared to endorsing white nationalism, this is not a discussion that I'm willing to have.
Yeah, I think like when I saw David Plouffe last night, one of the things he said that really struck me, he said, you know, Trump is behind in this election. He's behind and people are voting right now. So what he needed to do last night was not just rile up his base. If his plan is to win the election, what he had to do was win people over, and not just the independents and undecideds. He needs some people to shed away from Biden. And he absolutely did not accomplish that last night. So I'm not sure that was ever the goal. I think casting doubt on the whole process was what he was talking about. That's why he would not disavow white nationalists. That's why he said he wanted his voters to invade the polling places and be election observers. And Susie McAnally reminds us in the comments that to be a poll watcher, you need to go through a certification process. And I said that last night. It was the most dangerous thing any president has ever said in a debate. Most dangerous for democracy. Yep. That encouraging people to crowd polling places and be poll watchers. That's fucking illegal. And if you do it, you should be arrested. That's what needs to happen. And I live in a county with a Republican supervisor of elections who's been pretty fair-minded. I mean, we got a polling place shut down in the last election cycle because they put a sign in the yard, don't come to church on Sunday and vote Democrat on Tuesday. And it was right outside the polling area. And not only did they make them take the sign down, they lost their status as a polling place in this election cycle. That happened on election day last year in my county. So I'm actually interested to see how this plays out, because I have no doubt in the county that I live in right now, there will be Proud Boys at polling places trying to intimidate people out of voting. And I fucking hope they show up at Dave Meyer's polling place.
Vote in person and bring fucking soup. Hashtag fuck you.
Because he's ready.
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's all about it. Can you imagine if everybody went to this is just soup for my family? Could we sell tote bags that just say soup for my family?
I actually know someone who can print those.
Okay, for real. Hashtag copy them.
Yeah.
Soup for my family. Yeah, we should do that. I think that would be really fun. Okay, so do you know who Frank Luntz is?
He's a conservative pollster, is he not?
Yeah, he's a conservative pollster who started doing focus groups over the last, I don't know, like 10 years worth of elections. After every debate, he does a focus group, and it kind of does it live, and they all have like the little positive, negative buttons or whatever. And he's a total shitheel. And the problem is that his data tends to be kind of accurate, right? I mean, he's a shitheel because he hangs out with swing voters, maybe? I don't know. Not that I disrespect swing voters, but I really fucking do. I don't like you at all because you're feckless. Or working 9 jobs. If you're working 9 jobs and you don't have time for this shit, I will shut the fuck up, because that's a reality. Anyway, Frank Luntz's focus group, Ruthie from PA, upper right-hand corner. I'll show you guys this tweet if you guys want. There's like a bit of a thread here going on. Boink, boink. Said she was undecided coming into tonight.
Crackhead.
But now likes Biden because Trump was behaving like a crackhead and made the debate impossible to watch. Luke from Wisconsin Redshirt says Trump is obnoxious and unpresidential, but that behavior doesn't affect his bottom line because he's a piece of shit. Jeremy from AZ says he's still undecided, but he doesn't like Trump, but Democrats haven't given him a good reason. Biden, again, swing voters are feckless pieces of shit. But like it's all negative. Right, every single person who was asked to come up with a word to describe Trump, it was all negative, and Biden, it was mostly positive. So I mean, those kinds of things are things that I'm now looking out for confirmation, right? Like what how much space is there really for like some secret cabal of Trump voters to actually be real, and it just doesn't exist, right? And again, we could find out like they could be pushing. And I don't even want to bring this up, but they could be pushing people towards voting in person. Because the machines are all owned by Ivanka Trump. Right. I mean, that we could be in that situation. There's still a million ways this could go wrong. And of course, we just have to do everything that we can do to try our best or whatever. Right. But there's good signs. Bring soup. Bring soup. Yeah. Dave says I may or may not already be working on a Soup for My Family shirt design. I cannot wait to see that. It may or may not be a Campbell Soup hand grenade design. People are saying. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely taking my ballot to the supervisor's office in person. It's right here. That's going to happen the next day or so. We're not waiting around. We're not trusting the U.S. mail. Not that if that's what you have to do to be safe, that's what you have to do to be safe. But you need to mail it right away, because there's something that occurred to me this morning when I was thinking about this. There's a process called ballot healing, basically, where if they get a ballot and something's wrong with it, like it's not in the security sleeve or your signature doesn't match what's on their records. My supervisor of elections office and Hernando County are really good about tracking down people who have ballot problems, getting them to come in and amend their ballot. You need to leave time for that. They're not going to start opening these and checking them until October 12th when early voting starts. So if you've already got your ballot filled out and you send it in now,
at least there's like 3 weeks for them to contact you and let you know you have to show up somewhere and fix your ballot or sign an affidavit that you meant to vote the way you did, right? So there's a ballot healing process, and there are volunteers that do that. And if we're going to have really high voter turnout, and it appears we are, then they're going to be super, super busy. So the sooner you get that ballot in, the sooner they know there's a problem. The sooner they can know, they can notify you that you can go and fix your ballot. This is things we wish we didn't have to think about, right? But we do. We literally have to think about these things. So, yeah. And Corey's frozen again. So
yeah, I actually
did
see. I did see that it kind of got a little bit weird. I think my computer's upset. I have a lot of tabs open. I think that might be it. So I mean, this is how I feel. Really.
I like it when AOC talks about us personally.
Huh?
I like when AOC talks about us personally.
Oh.
People have been warning about this for a long time. They were ridiculed, called hyperbolic and radical, not because they were wrong, but because others couldn't accept that our country elected a supremacist as president. This is fascism at our door. Yep, it is. And I'm seeing lots of people that I used to know and love and trust and respect, Colleen Soyanen, posting about how awesome Trump is this morning. Angel Nally.
Unreal.
Disappointing, but there it is.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
The Gov was the same way, man. Like that, it's dark fucking shit. It's like to be so obviously on the wrong side of history. Right. And just like relatively normal people are like, no. We only burned 1 million Jews. It wasn't 2 million.
Minimize, deny, and blame. That's a tactic of abuse.
Oy.
That I recognize from my work.
Right?
Yeah. I thought there were some moments last night where, where Trump would say to Biden, why didn't you do something about this? And Biden would go, I'm a private citizen. I'm not the president of the United States.
You're aware I'm not president now. Yeah. Yes.
Why didn't you offer a mask mandate? I'm not the president.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, Virginia, I saw the post on Kelly Sedlak's page. I haven't heard this yet, but did you see a Proud Boy called the Calta radio show this morning and invited more people to Hudson to be on standby? So now my county is nationally known for its Proud Boy participation and for the cops having a prayer meeting with them in the city of Newport Richey.
Yeah, that picture's not going to age well.
Yep. Now I'm told that officer has been dismissed, but they won't say why. And by the way, they weren't going to take any action on that till the night that Marlo Jones got kicked out of a city council meeting because he wouldn't stop talking about it, showing them the picture.
I wonder.
He took a screen cap to the meeting. They were not going to address this, except that a Black Lives Matter activist showed them and made them see, and there was media there. So,
do you think the shitheel that came to my door was one of the guys that was in that prayer meeting?
I'll bet.
Man,
do you know the officer's name?
I didn't keep track of it. I was just too like, what is happening? I totally should have.
Yeah, we know the officer's name that was dismissed. I should have
taken a selfie with him. I wonder if they have records of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. There'll be a record of it.
That's interesting. Okay. Good talk. All right. Well, that was terrible. It was terrible.
Rika Jewel, welcome, Rika Jewel. That's a name I don't recognize. Nice to see you in here with us today. We get some new people this week.
We do.
The Trump supporters on my feed are celebrating how much fight Trump has in him, and that it just shows how much he loves our country. Yeah, I teach a batterer intervention course, and I see friends of abusers defending them all the time. He's just passionate.
Yeah,
he just really cares.
Yeah,
that's why he calls his wife a cunt and punches her. Okay.
It's true, and it is the thing. Like I think that
I know that was awful, and I'm
I'm
sorry.
No, that's the thing. Real. I think we need to make that comparison over and over again because it's really deeply accurate, right? It allows us to understand the kind of shitheel that he is, and I know I keep using the phrase shitheel, but it's effective, so I'm just going to keep doing it. So that I think is really important. But I want everyone to remember like that the 30% of like super hardcore, like, oh, Proud Boys are great. Yay, whatever. Might even be 25%. They're going to be loud and they're going to get much louder, right? The polling is still accurate. And those people will never have changed they're going to be the same people that lost the election in 2018. They're going to be the same people that lost the election in 2016, right? That got a few people to vote for Jill Stein like fucking clowns, and managed to win some swing states that we were only up, and it was within the margin of error, and we're not within the margin of error in most of the swing states now, right? So and voting has started right now, and the takeaway from this, two people that are already going to be allowed, who are already angry, who are already defending abusive people, they were never going to change anyway, right? So the fact that they're allowed today only proves that they were pieces of shit yesterday and they're pieces of shit today. Not that he convinced anyone. If you look at that slice in the middle of the people that are still undecided, those adorable fucks, they're swinging after that debate last night, and they're not swinging towards Trump.
That's good news. Corey Elko reminds us that, Corey, they probably don't because they don't keep track of all the preemptive law enforcement harassment that they do.
Yep. Okay.
Plausible deniability is a real thing.
Exactly. No, I was just visiting. It's fine.
Yep.
That's funny. That's funny.
So, yeah. Nobody is changing their mind at this point. The only way to get the numbers up is to get people who traditionally wouldn't vote to go vote. I agree, and that's what we're sometimes we're not sure what we're doing, and it turns out this last 2 years at least that's what we've been doing, is making sure that at this point 30 something days out from the election that we had electrified and galvanized as many people as we could to understand the criticality of you getting out to vote. And Mary Ellen Gallagher posted, some of their friends just posted, oh, we're fucked, that what a shit show. No, we're not fucked. We can unfuck this. If we all show up, if we get our friends to show up, we can unfuck this. We can, and we must. That's what we have. That's the tool that we have. Short of hand grenades and cans of soup, that's what we have. And being dismayed or discouraged is exactly what Trump wants you to do. It's exactly what he wants. He wants you to turn off the debate because it's a disgusting shit show. That's what he wants, because then you get away in the darkness with all the shit that we try to bring to light. It's not often that he has to stand on a stage and take it from other people, even people that are sort of on his side, like Chris Wallace, right? He doesn't have to do that often. He did it last night, and he couldn't get out of the situation, and it made him really fucking mad, and it was my best moment. Knowing that he was really aggravated at what was happening. And, he doesn't think he should have to do any of this. He doesn't think he should have to debate anybody. That's for plebes and lowlifes. That's for common people. He shouldn't have to pay taxes. Why should he have to pay taxes? What did taxes ever do for him, right? That's who he is. And the idea that he had to stand up and take all that last night is exactly why you should leave it on.
Yeah, I think that attack line worked really well too, as far as looking, you and your whole family are looking down at people all the time. I think you should definitely go back at that. I think of all of the potential good news that's out there in 1 week, Sully and The Rock have both come out and effectively endorsed Biden. So I haven't seen this yet, but I wanted to watch this with you guys.
Leadership is not just about sitting in the pilot seat. It's about knowing what you're doing and taking responsibility for it. Being prepared, ready, and able to handle anything that might come your way. I've been flying over this country for 53 years. 53 years of flights.
I bet his arms are tired.
And one that you've heard everything about.
Funny.
They're calling it Miracle on the Hudson. Everyone on board, 155 people, make it out alive.
My whole life prepared me for that moment. From my father, a naval officer in World War II, I learned the awesome responsibility of command. From my service as an Air Force officer and a fighter pilot, I knew that serving a cause greater than oneself is the highest calling. And it's in that highest calling of leadership that Donald Trump has failed us so miserably. Now it's up to us to overcome his attacks on our very democracy. Knowing nearly 250,000 Americans won't have a voice, casualties of his lethal lies and incompetence. 11 years ago, I was called to my moment. Now we are all called to this moment. When you look down at our beautiful, boundless country, you don't see political divisions. It reminds us of who we are and what we can be. That we are in control of this nation's destiny. All we have to do is vote him out.
Vote Vets and the Lincoln Project are responsible for the content of this.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. Just don't forget the Lincoln Project people are going to be our opposition this time next year.
Shut up. Let them work. We can do this next year. We don't have to do this now. We don't have to like watch this super inspirational video and then piss on it. Not today, please.
Okay.
I agree. Fucking don't get in the way of this election
I want
right
to
now
point out
for a millisecond. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Dave Myers said something almost optimistic.
What? No, shut up. That can't be real.
I think Biden has the numbers, though. If my skeptical ass is saying that, then it's probably better than I think. I disagree with you.
Can we hold on? Let's have a very long coffee cheers.
Let's do that. Wait, wrong side. There we go.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I just want to read this again.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you guys want to see Brian play dead?
Yes. I always want to see Brian.
Brian died.
And Brian died. And Rhodey's very concerned.
Yeah, Rhodey's super concerned. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice simul post. Rika and Corey both posted the enemy of my enemy is my friend at the same time.
Yeah, that's oh wow, they really did it at the same time. Well played. Yeah, we've discussed it before, but like just wait till the 4th.
Look at Ginny Rupert's last comment. Iowa went freaking purple. It's a toss up. Iowa.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, and those the polls we were looking at from Georgia, where it looks like we might
Ossoff is winning
2 Senate seats from Georgia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And it's in play in the presidential. It's very close. It's like 3 points.
That to me is bonkers. Like to suddenly
that's Stacey Abrams.
Well, yes, yeah, no, I mean, but like bonkers in the sense that like winning the Senate is like almost neck and neck. If it isn't neck and neck with getting the presidency, and I was not thinking about 2 solid pickups from Georgia, right? Like that wasn't on my brain parts.
I could make a cogent argument that having the Senate is more important.
Yeah, I agree.
The presidency, because he can't do things by fiat that he thinks he could do, or at least,
right?
It's like in the old America, backstop. Right? Yeah, especially you know who votes on impeachment, Corey? The Senate.
I like it.
So if somebody were, I don't know, gathering a file right now about malfeasance as the president that could be impeachable in the House, and we were to win the Senate, he could be impeached on day one. And that's essentially, although we had a misfire with the prior impeachment attempt, let's not forget that Richard Nixon had just been reelected when he was impeached, or when he was when Watergate broke and he had to resign. So yeah, I know people want to donate to Joe today, but donate to some of these in-play Senate seats, and there's a list at the votesaveamerica.com website. Yeah. Johnny Cage, I get the assumption that police support the Proud Boys. There's video of them in a prayer meeting with our local Newport Richey police, who claimed they didn't know who they were. They're all wearing black and yellow shirts that say fucking Proud Boys on them. Bullshit. They didn't know that. If you don't know who they are, your police intelligence sucks. Because they know who all the Crips and Bloods in the town are. Why do they not know who all the Proud Boys are? That's bullshit that they didn't know. Bullshit. They're clinging. At best, they were clinging to anybody that was showing them any kind of support. They were sick of being called, fuck the police, no racist police by the BLM protesters. So somebody wanted to be nice to them, have a prayer meeting with them. Gosh, well, okay, thank you. With how, and I would never have guessed the Newport Richey Police Department would be the vector for that. Port Richey, yeah. Pasco County Sheriff's Office, oh yeah. Newport Richey Police was an unpleasant surprise in this regard.
538. I'm just looking at one of the races in Georgia. 538 still has it heavy lean Republican, updated as the average of the polls.
Okay,
but it's been like +4. This is just one of the races. There's actually 2 going on. +3 +4 for Loeffler over a bunch of them. But one where Warnock had 4, so it was kind of like a little bit mixed. But the last 2 polls that came out is +13 and +8 for Warnock, who's the Democrat. So if that spike holds, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, then we could have some.
The polling
Jesus,
the polling information was single source yesterday. It was Civics, and 538 rates them a BC.
There's 2 now though.
Oh, okay.
Quinnipiac came up, so they were at 13. Quinnipiac came out with one that was 8. And that's still double the best that Warnock had ever done before. So,
yeah, that's definitely a race you should donate to,
right? Well, and donating to Stacey Abrams' outfit as well. What was her outfit called again? Because they're basically like they're getting into a bunch of states to do legal challenges and do basically the same kind of fight that they had to fight in Georgia against the governor who was literally running the election where he got elected. That's fine.
Fair fight.
Yes, fair fight. Thank you. Mark Kelly is way ahead of Martha McSally, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
we like that a lot.
I'm gonna drop the
way ahead
fair fight link in the comments here. Yeah, they're setting up to challenge all these ballot challenges that are going on in many states. She's a warrior for good, and don't sleep on her as a potential candidate or running mate for Kamala Harris if Kamala runs for president in 24 or 28.
Sorry, who?
By which Stacey Abrams. Don't sleep on her as a candidate.
I mean, she was always my pick. So don't threaten me with a good time.
I know. And AOC by 28, AOC is eligible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And really, if this goes the way that California did with the Republicans getting crazier and crazier and getting put into smaller and smaller boxes, then an AOC presidency becomes non-zero probability, especially if young people can get off their asses and actually vote. And we'll see. Young people. I'm so old now.
I'm looking for some information on the Bullock race in Montana.
I could probably find that. Hickenlooper, the last 71 in 100 chance right now. So we're going to call that
538 is the right place to look for.
We're going to call that good. And Biden is favored to win Colorado. Okay. Yeah, we're up by 5. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So these are the last bunch of polls: 18, 11, 6, 9, 9, 10, 7, and 5.
Polls on what?
For Hickenlooper.
Oh, okay. Okay, Corey. Okay.
Yeah. So again, and they do everything by probabilities and running all sorts of different potential outcomes. So 71 times out of 100, John Hickenlooper wins. So again, that's great. But take statistics with a grain of salt.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking for. Okay, so you can do it by state. Hey, I don't tool around on their site as often as I should, probably.
Dave, exactly. Always good, because with a name like Hickenlooper, life has to be wonderful. You would think.
Ooh, that's close. That's close.
What's that? Where's that?
On 538, Siena College, New York Times poll. Daines is plus 1 on Bullock. It's very close. It's tightened. It was 47 Bullock, 50 Daines last week, or September 10th, and on September 20th, it's pulled to within 1 point.
The forecast has. It is a tight thing. The forecast has, if everything worked out exactly the way their forecast says, we'd be up by 1 in the Senate.
Interestingly, the Siena College, New York Times is an A+ poll. The prior one was a Fabrizio Award Heart Research Associate, which doesn't even have a rating. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty good.
All right. Well, there you go.
So that's good news.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It really is going to be interesting to see what the polls look like after.
Yeah, I think McConnell winning in Kentucky is kind of inevitable at this point, and that's because they ran a moderate centrist, a little bit to the right person against, should have run a progressive. And I've been told I'm it's crazy, you're nuts. No, you can't run.
Agree.
Look, we had a local guy who's a D Democrat run against Catherine Starkey in a county commission race here, and he didn't separate himself from her. Their positions were very similar on many things, and so why would anybody vote to replace an incumbent with somebody who's not significantly different than the incumbent. It didn't make any sense. I gave him some guidance on that. He didn't listen to me, and he lost by 12 points. That's a local race, and maybe that's a little different, but that's the philosophy, is you got to contrast yourself from the others who are running, especially if you look suspiciously like the incumbent. So, yeah, I'm glad to see McSally is getting crushed, Fred. Good work, all you people out there in Arizona
Mitch
land.
McConnell is 96 wins out of 100.
Yep.
So that's done, which is sad, unless something really weird happens. Last two polls, 12 and 15. Boo.
Yeah, I like that, Sandra Reed. Good morning. I'm tired. That took everything out of me, but I stayed until the end to see Jill give Joe a wonderful, loving hug, while the Cheetos snatched at Jersey his trophy wife's hand violently and sneered at Joe. Made it worth my time. He is who he thought he is.
Yep.
Right. She loathes him. You can see it. Yeah. I think she was very upset the last few days because she found out he's not going to be able to fulfill the prenup at this point.
She gets half his debt. Johnny Cage, Mike Breuer would have easily defeated McConnell. We actually interviewed Breuer, and I liked him a lot. And pro UBI in Kentucky would have been one of those things that could have absolutely separated him out as somebody that can actually help. It's like Kentucky's like in the bottom percentiles of basically everything that has anything to do with human beings. Well,
Yep. Gene Morello reminds us, hey, Gene, nice to see you. I don't know how you ride the line between us and some of your other friends, but I'm proud of you. One more thing. Hunter Biden managed to graduate from Georgetown and Yale. I guess he got over his shit. All the digging, and this is the worst of it. Big deal. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep.
It's a little thing, but Laura Bassett said, I know it happened a couple minutes ago, which feels like a lifetime ago in this debate, but Biden looking directly at the camera and saying his son had a drug problem like many do, and he loves him anyway, was a really powerful moment that will resonate and stick with people.
And then being attacked
exactly
for it was unforgivable.
It was crazy. I know, Greg, you spoke to that a lot more eloquently, but I just had that tab.
If you'd have done that to my dad when he was trying to say things about my recovery, he would have punched you right in the fucking mouth.
Okay. All right.
I was really proud to see Joe take that as calmly as he did and maintain.
I feel like, just for history's sake, I so feel for Hillary right now because I'm positive she wanted to say that and couldn't. You have no idea.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
I mean,
oh wait, you need to get to the that was the worst thing I've ever seen tweets.
Oh yeah. Did you send me the tweets or just the images?
I sent you the screenshots.
Yeah, I can put those up, no problem.
Yeah,
that's some good shit right there.
Yeah, we actually did show prep this morning. It was refreshing. Oh, but mostly only because Corey thought it was 10 o'clock at 9 o'clock.
I did. Yep. I'm busted.
He sent me the link for the StreamYard at 8:53, and I'm like,
This just made my morning. That was the worst thing I've ever seen, and I wrote Fantastic Four.
So this has become a trend, though. This has become a meme among famous people who have been in really bad things. The other one is
that debate was the worst thing I've ever seen, and I was in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Mark Hamill for the win. And I have another. I don't have a screen cap of the other one, but Leah Thompson, who was in Back to the Future, all the Back to the Future movies, and Red Dawn. She posted that was the worst thing I've ever seen, and I made out with a duck because she was the co-star in Howard the Duck.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Yeah, I'm loving those.
That's really good.
I'm loving those.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So this is the and don't bitch about this being the Lincoln Project. Like legit. Let's make a deal right now.
I'm not bitching about it.
No, I know, but like a moratorium. Right now, they are our friends.
If you express surprise later, I'm going to be disappointed in you. That's all I'm saying.
I was the one who brought it up. I'm probably not going to be surprised. I literally called them, a giant battleship with battleship guns that are eventually going to be trained at us. I get it, but the election is coming up, and right now they're helping, and so I would like to celebrate their help. And who knows? Maybe
Okay.
we'll be wrong. I mean, we won't be, but maybe we'll be wrong.
We were skeptical of Nicole Wallace, and here we are.
I see.
So-
That's a good point. Nicole Wallace is now one of my favorites and makes me feel kind of wrong because she really did work for one of the worst people that has ever been in, elections. Anyway.
Did you use the word smart? They sacrifice every day. Did you use the word smart?
Oh my God. Like, I know, Greg, I know you actually work with bullies.
Don't use the word smart with me.
I've hung out with so many bullies and then wanted to punch them a lot. And the second that you find something that makes them like, I'm just like, oh, yes. Oh. And then you just posture up and just keep saying stuff because they never do anything about it because they're a bunch of fucking cowards.
Did you use the word smart? They sacrifice every day for the furniture and future of their children.
When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias. He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service. You know, we just had another sock rocket. You saw that, right? Their whole state to be a sanctuary for criminal, illegal immigrants.
Pelosi, wait, what?
Karen technology companies are really big beneficiaries. I am today starting the process of terminating the diversity, made a pivotal, really, and I mean this was pivotal, decided to shield and shelter criminal, look, ICE officers, remove 10,000 known or suspected. We must seek real bipartisan solutions.
Oh my God. Wow.
Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
The Lincoln Project is
Use it more.
Are you trying to make me look stupid? I don't need any help from you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sandra, I see your comment. I will go take a look for it.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Just something.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was actually longer. Hold on here. Excuse me. Squeeze me. Boink boink. Will you shut up, man? Is the line of the night. I so feel for Ellie now. You have no idea. Bink.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do something, and you like so. Somebody else. I think I had the tweet up somewhere.
Well, the first thing he said to him was,
lost it.
First thing he said to him when he came out on stage was, "How's it going, man?" Like,
Right.
I'm gonna casually whoop your ass at tennis. That was that kind of a greeting.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
Yeah. Man, like, okay, so let's do the over under here. I'm trying to remember who it was. Not Plouffe. Who was the campaign manager for a long time? Or the advisor? God damn it. He's got his
Not
own
David
podcast
Puff?
now that's pretty good. No, the other guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, Axelrod, David Axelrod.
Yeah. David Axelrod. Thank you.
Right.
Was he basically came out and said the moderators have to be able to mute the mics, like just straight up.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like,
they
first of
have
all,
to. We're not in normal
I can't
times, right?
imagine. I can't imagine either side acceding to that, right? And there is a debate
Biden
commission. First of all, I'll tell you, I'm not sure there's going to be another debate at this point.
There will be.
I can't imagine. I wouldn't let if I were Trump's people, I wouldn't let him back up there again.
If they don't do it, Biden will be like, "Hey, I want to debate. What's up? Why can't you debate? You fucking coward!" And the election's over. It's over.
I think it's over now.
I think you might be right. But could we have Trump up on stage to be a punching bag for some more time?
Did you guys see Trump snort Adderall off the podium in the middle of his speech? No, but it wouldn't have surprised me. Yep. He looked like he'd lived on Adderall, hamburgers, and Diet Coke for 2 weeks. Yep.
Yeah,
he did.
Mom's totally right. Biden will do the debates. Of course he will. Like and ordinarily, because before the debate, I'm like, oh man, Biden better do no wrong. And even Jeremy Finley, my really really good friend from Canada, was like, oh man, all he had to do was like keep his shit together and he would do fine. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like that's literally just wrong. It's just wrong. Right. I mean, the posturing and not allowing the shithead to bully him is something, because again, like the people that have already decided. Right. All you need to do is act presidential, not take any bullshit, and actually elucidate a plan. And anybody in the swing voter department, you're going to do. And he's not a fucking white nationalist.
Right.
This is over. Right. Like, just it's ridiculous to even have that conversation. Biden did amazingly well.
Well, Jesus, maybe this is my convincing point. You guys are right. 50 million views. There will be another. 50 million people watched that debate last night. That's extraordinary. That's pretty high.
That's huge.
And I think there was some baseball playoff action on last night too. So that's really a surprise.
Is that the one? Is that the one where they have the club?
Yes, the club and the small white ball with the red stitches on it.
Yeah. And they try to see how far they can hit it into the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I could never whack a ball with such velocity. I just quoted a Tim Curry song from the 70s, but that's because I'm a weirdo.
You win. I was trying to be funny. That's still it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep. Yeah. So okay. So we've decided there will be another debate.
I think so. And honestly, like the turning the mic thing off is going to be interesting. Has anyone seen in sort of the newsy news circles what kind of headlines are out there?
No, I haven't paid any attention this morning. I was busy.
I wonder if there's I want to see if there's a place you can go. Today's front page is from Newsium. Thanks, Newsium. Okay, cool. I want to see them all. Just show them all to me.
List, the stand down, stand by thing is and I've last night within an hour I said, well, that's not what he meant. Yes, he was telling them to stand. Well, that's not what the Proud Boys think, because their national leader posted that was a call to action for them to fuck people up. That's what they're saying. So that's what they believe he meant. And that's what's important, because that's who's going to actually go and shoot people at St. Pete rallies and protests and Newport Richie rallies and protests, is the activated terrorists. And that's horrifying. Really incredibly disappointing.
This is all, man. Okay. I want to get like the biggest cities. I wish I could do like swing state cities. Anyway, whatever.
Your mom says your hair is on fire this morning.
What, mine? Yeah, I spent hours.
Actually, my advantage is if I put headphones on, mine gets better. But honestly, this morning it was kind of, like this for most of the morning until I did this, and now I have a wavy coif.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, they already have T-shirts out that say "Stand Back, Stand By." Proud Boys. They're selling shirts. Jesus.
Yeah, that's not good.
That was to me the second most terrifying thing he said last night. The first was disrupt polling, be a poll watcher, go to the polling places and interfere with our federally mandated election process.
Yeah,
awesome. That's a great idea. You fucking
yeah. It's fine. This is fine. Fucking. Oh, Bill Crystal's totally with you. That should make you want to shower. There should be no more debates. Shut up, Bill Crystal. I mean, I get it. It's not wrong.
I agree with Elizabeth Wood on this. She says, I'm glad that the Proud Boys and Trump connection is being explicitly stated on television. That's something that's been missing. That's
Agreed.
Absolutely true, Elizabeth. You're right. That's a good thing to see. Finally, welcome to the party, pal. Where the fuck you been? It is what it is.
Oh my God. Trump campaign sent out a text last night which said Trump was debating two people and still won. And this is the thing, like that,
I could beat him up with one brain tied behind my back. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, but of course that's what they're going to say though. Right. And then, I saw a bunch of things where there was a lot of reactions, even from the Luntz thing, where they set Biden up as this senile person who was completely and totally incapable of having a conversation in any way, shape, or form. And he came away with like, no, he's pretty sharp. I don't know what we're talking about.
And that's the stupidest thing you could do going up to a debate is run down your opponent. Because if your guy comes off like an idiot, then that makes the other guy look smarter. So what you want to say is, oh, Joe Biden, he kicked ass in the vice presidential debate, and you want to make him out to be a great debater, so that your guy looks better if he comes off in the lead. But honestly, there is still part of me, like, I remember when Jeb Bush was running for president, I kept saying he's phoning it in. He doesn't want to run for president. Somebody talked him into this, and he's just like going through the motions, phoning it in, literally phoning it in. And I swear to God, there's still part of me that thinks that Trump is not trying to win this election. I don't know why, because right now the only thing saving his ass from prison time and having all his assets seized is that he's the president. But honestly, what the actions of his campaign people indicate to me, they don't want him to win either. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's what's happening, is there's sort of a staffer in-house revolt going on, and they're trying to keep him from getting elected. Because that's why you talk about what, how slow and stupid Joe Biden is. I want you to underestimate me in a debate. That'd be good. Blah, blah, blah.
So all the debates only have one moderator. The next one is Steve Scully, a senior executive producer and political editor of C-SPAN. And the other one is Kristen Welker, who's a White House correspondent for NBC News.
Right.
I just want to, like, crazy. I mean, I think there's a reasonable assumption that Chris Wallace could have been the friendliest moderator that he's going to see. And now, hey, about endorsing the Proud Boys. What's up with that? Right? Like that. Another question, if somebody could be, because I know Kristen Welker watches the show. She does not. Khashoggi. Right? Like that, so what's up? What's up with that? You want to just let journalists get, chopped up in little pieces and then literally say out loud that you're covering people? Yes, go on.
My girlfriend's here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought I'd throw it right in the middle of the Khashoggi thing.
Nope, that's
because I have class, man. That's what I
that's all right.
That's what I bring to this.
It is what it is. I think we got to take happiness wherever the hell we can get it, as fascism literally eats America.
Well, happiness just walked in and plopped down on my couch. So
that is fucking fantastic.
It's not a bad thing.
Nope. It's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, thank you to the new people that have joined us. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Obviously, we're going to have to cover the next debate because that's a thing that happened.
Check
Putin's
out puppy.
Yeah, that
Putin's
was solid.
Puppy.
That was solid work.
And I can't believe we haven't gone with no puppy as our meme of the day. Because that's what Trump said, no puppet in 2016. So I can't believe it took me 57 minutes to remember to mention that. But there it is. Yeah.
Mom said the next debate is a town hall, answer people's questions versus fight, although they still will.
That's a good point. There will be actual voters asking the candidates questions in the next debate. Do you think that Trump is going to have success by calling them stupid and interrupting them?
Yeah, he can't work the ref there, can he?
No, he can't. I mean, I would if some 59-year-old Grammy lady gets up to ask Donald Trump a question and he interrupts her and bullies her, how's that going to play?
With the Proud Boys, really well, because they're fucking pieces of garbage.
Yeah. Well, they're less than 1%. So
it's true. Significantly less.
All right. So the only thing we can do is insist that this is a legitimate election. No matter what they try to do, we vote. We vote. We vote no matter what. If there's a fucking hurricane, we vote. If there's a snowstorm, we vote. If the line is 10 hours long, we vote. If polling places lose electricity, we fucking vote. That's how we win this. We insist that our democratic ideals and process, regardless of who you vote for, are more important than any.
Do it immediately.
Individual.
Is Donna in the room with you right now?
Is Donna in the room with me right now?
Laugh track.
Yes. Yeah, she's
on
the phone.
Can you please say, okay, when the second that she's available, Laugh track needs to get her shit done right now. The second she's done work. Quit fucking around.
Yeah. I'll get her as soon as she's on a phone call. I don't want to.
And then also tell her I love her because she's fantastic. But seriously, Greg waiting around because roommate hasn't done ballot? Nope. Fuck nope. Nope. Kind of no.
I'm keeping it right here. I just keep caressing it. This is my power.
Provide a better example than waiting around.
Got it.
All right.
Oh yeah. Hey, Kamala Harris. You want to see Dave Myers get turned on? Kamala Harris, Mike Pence debate coming up next week. Ooh, that's going to be a smoke show.
Can
I mean,
make
how's
those noises
how's
like that?
mother feeling about Pence having to be on stage with that sexy woman? She's going to eat his lunch. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a fair fight. Sanders said countless taking time off the campaign trail to go to the SCOTUS interrogation. I think every Dem in the room should yield their time to her, period. That's actually not crazy. There's a lot of people there that don't really have a whole lot to say.
There's a t-shirt out that's "Be sure about your answers, sir." It's a Biden Harris shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, that was super hot.
Yeah. Dave Myers is definitely going to have a moment now.
Dave Myers is not alone. Yep. Weird that this particular crowd, the dudes would be super excited about smart, powerful women.
Right.
That's just a thing.
That's why Elizabeth Warren was my pick.
Oh shit, Comey's testifying right now. Is it in the Senate or in the House?
Yeah.
I don't imagine. Yeah,
I don't know where it is.
Honestly, like Comey can fucking fuck off. I mean,
yeah,
I
honestly,
he might have something interesting to say, but like at this point, nice letter, bro.
Yeah, I actually think if you like debates for content, I actually think a Pence Harris debate is going to be really good. I think it's going to be striking.
I think you're right. It's like, hey Pence, defend the Nazi. Go. Yeah. Right? Like how is your 200,000 dead people, like try trotting out the if it was you'd be 2 million line to Kamala Harris. She'll rip your arm off and stick it in your eye socket.
I'll tell you what,
rhetorically,
as tame as it seems from this perspective, I remember being aggravated at Al Gore trying to having to try to defend Bill Clinton's actions, like he didn't know what had been going on. I remember George H.W. Bush telling us he was out of the loop on Iran-Contra, which is fucking bullshit. He'd been the CIA director. There's no way he was out of the loop, right? So watching Pence try and defend this president, oh my goodness. Yeah, and knowing that a seasoned cross-examiner is going to be, the other side of that debate, I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. But H1N1, that whole like, what about the swine flu? And you're like, shut up, you fucking clown. That was effectively what he did. He's like, yeah, you just sit down.
Yeah. Dave, we were just talking about the Harris Pence debate, and that you might be pretty excited about that prospect. Are we?
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to cover that live as well. We don't have to, but I think we're gonna.
So many people reached out this week to ask if we were live streaming debates and are thanking us for having done so, that we're gonna do them all. We're gonna live stream them all. That's just my fan thinks that's a good idea.
All right. Tell her vote fucking today.
She already did.
Oh, I thought it was laugh track. Sorry.
No.
It was Mishi. Never mind. Give Mishi a high five and a hug for me then.
I will do that.
Fantastic.
All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
My
if
girlfriend's
you voted
here,
already,
so
go find somebody else and make them vote right now.
Yeah, our viewership was around 800 views of our live stream last night, so that's pretty good stuff for us. It's been 150 to 300 depending on what the content is on our daytime show, but the debate was good, and I want to do it again. I had a good time.
Yeah, and we topped out the morning show, broke record this morning as well.
Beautiful.
As far as concurrent viewers. So yeah, I mean that's all fun, but like even just all the feedback was exactly how I was feeling about it. I would not have watched that by myself. I just wouldn't have done it. But watching with all you guys made it not only palatable but fun. To the extent that a shit show can be entertaining.
Dave Myers wants to have a personal debate with Madam Harris, untelevised, of course.
Yeah, we need a special channel for that.
What? Bow wow.
Okay, that was explicit.
All right. Yeah. All right. We love you guys very much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for growing our numbers. Lori McSpadden took a Facebook ban, or she'd be here this morning. She was saying last night she's been turning people onto the show left and right. So we're really grateful for that. We want to do our best for you, which means getting up, 15 minutes early and show prepping. Maybe cleaning off the mess behind me for the camera shot, but thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And honestly, we would not have done what we did last night if you hadn't asked us to. Yeah. So we'll be back Friday morning, 10 o'clock, science show, maybe.
That sounds good, unless there's more news. Because
We can
like
talk
there's gonna
about
be more
the
news by then.
theoretical possibility of time travel.
That is interesting to me because that's the same kind of mathematical proof that the Albuquerque drive is
Right.
is sort of like it's a if you could prove it in the math, like you could sort of figure out the energy requirements and the logic
Yeah.
behind it. So
Cover that. We'll cover underwater lakes of water on Mars.
Yes,
Underwater
liquid
aquifers
water
have been found. Liquid water have been found. And the Far Side rocket. We'll have to show pictures of the Far Side rocket.
What?
Trust me, I'll show you later. But yeah, we're going to cover some science stuff on Friday and have some fun.
Okay, cool.
Talk about whatever. Yeah, we'll talk about the new Amazon show, which is called Utopia. It's fucking weird and dark. Also based on a graphic novel series.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
So yeah, I thought it was going to be sort of young adult kind of thing. Nope, it's very, very grown up and dark. Yeah, so we'll watch that.
Nailed it.
We'll talk about that on Friday.
We could talk about raking the forest, which so much happened in that debate. We didn't even really come up with the fact that
he went back there.
I
He
know.
went back to talking to a leader of forest, the president of a forest city. About that was the president of Finland, who 5 minutes after Trump said it, said, "I said no such thing. He's insane. Your president is nuts." So
you guys need to rake the forest in California, sir. The forests are mostly national
the
territory, run
federal
by
forests.
tax notes.
All right.
Anyway, never dull.
Love you guys.
Never dull.
Sasquatch is real.